Hello class. This week we get into APA, and APA is the citation style you're going to use here at Harrison in most of your classes. And the lesson for this week talks about what it is, how to access our materials, our reasons for using it. So do make sure that you view this. One thing to know is it actually has multiple pieces, and what's in front of your screen here is part of the lesson. APA is formatting. In this case, it shows the title page, but it's also in-text citations, which are what you use to give credit where credit is due as you're writing your papers. And then your references page, which is where you take everything you've used in your paper and you create just one list that whoever's reading your paper can look over to see what you've used. And what we're going to do in this class, what your week 11 research log will be, is a references page. It's going to be a list of all of the citations you found on your topic, along with a brief summary. So just know those three pieces and get a sense through the lesson of why and how you will use APA. For your research log this week, you need to create APA citations from the 3 books you found last week. So make sure you have your week 5 research log handy, and this is what the worksheet will look like. Really, you just need to go here and type your APA citations. There's a pattern right here and an example, so whichever one is easier for you to follow. Now, if you have a variation, so if you have a book with multiple authors, or if you can't find a date, or if you found an ebook, those are going to be cited slightly differently. So you need to go to the guide, which you can get to by doing Control-click, and that's going to take you here. You can also find this page from the main LRC website, which is just www.harrison.edu/LRC, and by clicking this APA Style tab. So either way. And this can be a slightly overwhelming set of information, but for this week, all you need to know how to find are books. So if you have an actual physical book that you're citing, you just go to Print Resources and click on Book. If you've found an ebook, that's going to be under Web Resources because it's a web-based item. So go to Web Resources and ebook. And just like on the handout, you're going to have a pattern and then down below an example. And be sure you're following the examples for a references page because that's what you're creating. If you do end up with something like multiple authors, you can find that under author variations. So if you find a book with 3 authors, you can click there and have that information. If you have a book with an editor, that's actually on the main book page. You can scroll down here and some of these things are here. Book with an edition number, book with an editor, book with multiple publishers. So we've tried to cover everything on here, which means it's slightly overwhelming, but it's also here. And you can always ask me if you have questions as well. So that's what we're doing with APA this week. We're going to kind of slowly build each week on what we're learning until at the end you are all pros at APA and ready to do this in all of your future classes. So please be in touch if you have questions.